We are really delighted that that the Ripple Rock has achieved the accolade of best single malt whiskey and also getting the gold medal as well. We're really pleased that such a fabulous whiskey is getting that recognition. And the Ripple Rock really is a unique spirit. It's a confluence of two pretty popular styles of whiskey, and would be an asset to any bartender. It is a single malt whiskey, so it's got that real depth and complexity and that fantastic creamy mouthfeel and long-lasting nuanced aftertaste. But the maturation is actually carried out in the style of a bourbon. So virgin oak, so you're getting that really intense explosion of flavor with it. And it's pretty unusual for single malts to be matured in this way. So we really think it will stand out from the crowd. The heart of the process for making the Ripple Rock is a malted Canadian two-row barley. We source as much of that barley as possible from the fields that surround the distillery. And the rest of it is from farms in British Columbia. Now, Canadian two-row barley is recognized as creating the finest malt in the world. But we're also lucky that not only are we getting a lot of our barley from the farm, we're also sourcing the water from an aquifer beneath the distillery. And that aquifer provides us with a really good, consistent pH and mineral quality to our water. Also a huge amount of consistency as well. And again, where we are in British Columbia, there's a lot of rainfall, and we're currently sitting on over 1 million gallons of fresh water beneath us. So we have a great reserve of that water as well. It's a single malt whiskey, Ripple Rock, so the mash bill is 100% malted barley. And the wort from that is fermented for a long time. We do actually ferment each one for 7 days. So it's a really long fermentation process. So not only are we getting that primary fermentation, we're getting elements of the secondary fermentation happening as well, which is allowing it to bring in lots of additional flavor characteristics, which really help to kind of build the complexity of the flavors. And then once that fermentation is complete, we carry out the double distillation in our pot stills. You can see them behind me here. And these really are the heart of our process. And that downward sloping line arm that you can see behind me there does create a slightly heavier new make. And that really is what is contributing to that really nice creamy mouthfeel. And that's becoming a bit of a shelter point signature, that sense of that long lasting feeling in the mouth, the kind of the density of the spirit. Once we finish distilling the new make, then the really critical part for Ripple Rock is the barrels. For Ripple Rock, we are specifically using virgin American oak barrels, never been used before, all made with a number 4 char. So you get that really, really deep charcoal, that deep char, cracked open wood, which is giving the spirit access to the rich reserves of flavor, the caramels, the vanillins within the wood. And that's just something which you only really get from brand new wood. The spirit's in those barrels for 5 years. And this is where our location is really paying dividends, because we're up here in the Pacific Northwest. We've got a nice coastal location, and we've got a really nice gentle transition between the seasons. It's never too hot here. It's never too cold. We're pretty similar to the UK in terms of climate. I speak from experience. We're a little bit warmer, a little bit drier, but we're pretty similar in terms of the overall temperature. And that really gives a nice kind of gentle interaction with the wood, nothing too intense. And we also, because we are beside the coast, we get that little coastal influence during the maturation process as well. Once we're finished with the maturation, then we'll dilute the whiskey down to 46% ABV, 92 proof. And that means we don't have to chill filter. We don't add any color to the whiskey either. There's a bottle there, but I've got a bottle here as well. You can see the dark color to the whiskey. This is all natural. It's all coming from the barrel. We don't add anything else to it at all. And that means that we get that kind of really nice intense, we can see the intense flavor there. Now, single malts have a reputation of being quite a traditional, quite a kind of stuck in the process, but there is a huge amount of room for innovation within that process. And we've really embraced that. We started producing Ripple Rock about 5 years ago, and the response to it's always been phenomenal. And it's really nice to be getting the recognition in this award today. Now, I do feel that the combination of this really is the best of both worlds between the bourbon and the Ripple Rock. And it is, it delivers on both sides. So single malts are great for sipping in a glass, just enjoying the flavor, and Ripple Rock is phenomenal for that. But it can also be a core component of a cocktail too, and bring those recipes up to new heights. That the single malt characteristics of the bourbon really is phenomenal. The name Ripple Rock is a kind of a nod to local events here. It was an explosion, a controlled explosion that was carried out just north of Campbell River, where we're based, blowing up a navigational hazard. It wasn't a small explosion. It was, at the time, it was the largest non-nuclear peacetime explosion that had been carried out. It was pretty significant. It is on YouTube if you care to take a look at it, and it's a nice piece of local history. And when we first tried Ripple Rock, as it came out the barrel and really started to explore, then the intensity of flavor that was there, almost like an explosion in the mouth, was so striking that coming up with a name for the spirit was really pretty simple. I think from the point of view of the industry, then this is something which is really something that needs to be offered to your drinkers. It's a unique experience, that combination of the bourbon and the single malt style, and it is something that you owe to yourselves to play around with and explore, either in cocktails or just on its own, and definitely something your drinkers will be interested in. For us at Shelter Point, this has come at a great time. Shelter Point was founded in 2011, and we've been making great strides. Last year, we launched our 12-year-old, which is a really exciting milestone to be able to do for any distillery. But we also launched our presence in the US at the same time as well. We've got a real hub in Texas. We're represented down there by One Bar USA, and we're just distributed by Greenlight there as well. But we also have the ability to fulfill online across more than 30 other states. So we are pretty accessible. Yeah, we're very excited about the launch pad that this award provides us. If you have any questions, then I'll put my email in the chat, but it's chris@shelterpoint.ca. Carlo from One Bar, he's fantastic. He's carlo@onebarusa.com. And also just check us out either on Instagram. We're just at Shelter Point, or the website www.shelterpoint.ca. Thank you very much to everyone for your time, and thank you to the judges and everyone at Bartender Spirits. We couldn't be more happy to have won this award, and thank you again for the opportunity to speak to you.